Alrighty, so I think this is straight, kind of, sort of. I have to use the bubbler on my phone because my stand I'm using is not straight up and down. Let me get into film so you can actually see me. The bubbler on my phone I actually trust because the stand is super not the sturdiest thing in the world. That's okay though. Hello, welcome to another episode/edition of me cooking in my kitchen and nothing lighting on fire. We're going to do another Brinner episode because I was looking at my schedule for the next couple weeks and I don't have a lot of time. So I'm going to make breakfast for dinner again, and it's going to be chocolate chip pancakes again because I have the dietary needs and wants of a 5-year-old, as we all know. So you'll notice I am wearing shorts today. This is my modeling career right here, so thank you very much. And let's get started. Please, as always, if you are watching, forget to like and subscribe because I'm not doing this for the attention, for the clout, or anything else. I am doing this so that we can have a little fun while I learn how to cook things, or in this case, recook things, or relearn how to cook things. Words are good. Today is a Monday, even though it doesn't feel like a Monday, really. I don't know why. That should work. So last week I was a little bit oopsie on certain things because it's been a while since I've done this. So we're going to hopefully do better today, but no pressure. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I will put this over here. Or I don't. Let's see, I want to use this one, but I'm not sure if basically, we'll use this one. Why not? Why not? This way I can transition away from it. Again, not again, but pancakes today. These are like the simplest kind. Some do make you add an egg. I do not buy that brand for the most part because I don't really want to or care to add an egg. I think it was, speaking of that, and let's also check Gatorade because I'm thirsty right now. I made a comment today that is ironically funny. So if you know, there's an old saying about April showers bring May flowers. What do Mayflowers bring? Pilgrims. And at least for me, I did not, with the exception of that one night of just tornado chaos and everything else, I really haven't seen a lot of rainstorms this year, which is sad for many reasons, including, but not limited to, I like rain. I find it calming, I find the smell great, I find the sound amazing, I find, depending on if I'm outside, I can find it really, fun to be in. I used to use the good old saying, oh, it's raining, bring soap, it's a free shower from nature. So, there have been a lot of rainstorms, or heavy rainstorms, or even a lot of rainstorms in general, and I mentioned that today, and then like an hour ago, we had just a line of red on the radar move through, and it was so nice. I woke up hot and muggy this morning and humid, and usually that's cause for a migraine. It was not today. That's pretty good. So, we're going to move that because that's going to heat up. So, I had the words are good. I woke up, words are good again. Went to the gym, took a shower once I got home, And I took a hard nap today, but not like a big one, just like, oh, I'm out and I'm conscious again nap. And in doing so, I also like heard the rain, and it was super nice. And I just went, huh, my comments from earlier. What do you know? That's ironic. The thing I was going to say earlier is I don't usually buy the pancake mix that has eggs in it, or where you have to add the eggs, just because I like being simple and I don't care to. I know dish soap falls under this category, and I think it started with cake mix, where when it was originally being sold, housewives complained that cake mix wasn't legitimate because it was literally like add water and boom to the mix. And because there wasn't enough work involved, housewives at the time said that this is not real because I should be doing more, and I'm not. And so I forget who the original one was, but they said, okay, you need to add eggs to this now. And cake mix actually got bought more of once the instruction of add eggs was written into the instruction / on the box. Because then it felt like, oh hey, we're doing something, we're being rewarded for doing this work. Now it's believable. So, it's that one, then yeah, dish soap, up until like when dish soap was first released, or however you want to say it. We're going to turn this one on a little bit. It was released under the context of, excuse me, you don't have to do anything, you just, let it soak or whatever. But what they found was, burnt, nice. Kind of burnt, nice. What they found was, people didn't believe it wasn't cleaning because there wasn't a bubble or soapy residue. So companies inserted a chemical into the mix. I don't know the better way to say that. But they inserted a chemical into the dish soap that makes it bubble. And once that happened, more people started to buy dish soap and use it because, oh, this actually looks like it's doing something now. So, two facts for you today. If you didn't know those already, now you do. I forgot to add some grease to this pan today. That's okay. If you are following my my other live stream on YouTube, well, this will be on YouTube, but if you follow my live streams on YouTube of Need for Speed Underground right now, I want to apologize because I have officially come to the race that I literally could not beat all those years ago. Awesome. Let's turn this down just a little bit. Go there. And we'll do that. Which is nice because I found out which one it is. The problem is, I am still having trouble beating it because it is legitimately like, you have to have a literal perfect race in order to beat this level. Yeah, I stand up straight better sometimes, don't I? And the race includes a bunch of things that are like purposely trying to get in your way at a constant rate. There's traffic, which is like, it almost builds as it's 4 laps, and as you complete the laps, it almost builds and there's more traffic. But you've got traffic, you've got a bunch of immovable objects. There's some objects you can crash into and they will break off, and others are just going to stand there and not do anything. And there have been times, if you have watched, you've seen it, there have been times where I have been driving and the turn, like, I just go straight for some random reason. And, like, the car doesn't stop. It, like, hits the wall, flips up, spins and then goes back down. I'm like, you that's not how physics work. You can't just, hitting a car on accident, a NPC car. I could be driving straight and that car drives straight, and all of a sudden I'm literally doing 360 spins. It's very not fun. So I want to apologize if you have been following that, or if you want to follow that. Yesterday was an hour of trying to beat this 4-lap race. Depending on today, it'll be another hour of trying to beat that race. We'll see about tomorrow. The goal is to put an hour in every day because consistency is key. But this level is very annoying, and I switched cars because the car that I'm now using is faster, which is nice. But it's just it's also much better with steering, but it's just very, very obnoxious about how hard. If you know what the phrase rubber banding is in racing games, the rubber banding in this game is disgustingly over the top. So you could be winning by 9 seconds, and all of a sudden the cars are literally crashing into you, but once they get ahead of you, they don't stop. So it's just all, I even read the reviews online, and the response was the rubber banding is probably the worst of the entire game in this one level. So there's that. Depending on how things go, I might delay live streaming it, not to mention schedule-wise, but I don't really know if you want to see me attempt to beat a race for, an hour for, I don't know how many it's going to take. So, if you do, thank you very much, kudos, and we can enjoy the celebration together. But just a heads up, that part of the channel might be looking a little bit not good, depending on how long it takes me to beat this race. Other fun things, the next couple weeks are going to be very busy. So, I said last week I wanted to do something with maybe French toast. We're going to pause on that. We're going to do pancakes right now. French toast might happen next week, or I might just do more pancakes. We will see. But as of right now, pancakes this week. And then, do they have a waffle maker? Because waffles are also super fun and relatively easy to make. There's a lot of just timing with that. And, so yeah, we'll see. Stay tuned. Or don't. Love if you would, and if you are, thank you very much, as always. That's looking pretty good. Or not. I was thinking I want to maybe use a different type of chip. Like, I'm using semi-sweet right now. Maybe if there's a creamier one, or there's a semi-sweet that that brand name is creamier than the one I'm using right now, because I'm using Whole House chocolate chip semi-sweet. So we'll see. Also because Brinner is just the greatest thing of all time. Okay, so we're going to soak you, because I didn't do this last time. I'm going to start the soaking process of this right now. Going to add chocolate chips to that. I had something else I wanted to talk to y'all about today, but, and I hope I have enough time to do this. Not a big deal, but I am currently reading the book Never Flinch by Stephen King. And that's a lot of chocolate chips, but that's okay. Stephen King gets a bad rap, I think, because he was so long in horror, which, does make sense that he would get a rap that he is, reputation of being in horror. But a lot of the books he does aren't necessarily horrific. They're just very intimately detailed. I won't go into what I mean by that necessarily, because I don't want you to know. In a non-gory way, I thought that was my fridge. That is motorcycles outside, going up and down the road outside. the best way to describe what I mean is if you've seen The Wild Bunch, there's a scene where there's a bunch of kids playing around ants. And if you were to make that into a book, most authors would say, oh, there's 5 kids playing around a pile of insects. Stephen King will say something like, there were 5 kids between 5 and 8 years old. They came from different families in this small town of blank, where the main commerce was blank, and they were looking at, and as they're playing with ants, you can see on the ants' feet and on the different segments of he will physically draw out every single detail to make it more intimate and to make it more visual in your head. And I think that's something a lot of people don't like about him or find horrific, is because the more intimate you get like that, the more uncomfortable it can make people. And because a lot of time, think about if you've been around someone where there's normal space and then you get into intimate or personal space, that is often what times make people uncomfortable, is how close you are to them. So I think that's part of the other thing is that he will go into intimate and close detail, and a lot of people squirm at that because they don't want to go into that kind of detail. I'll tell you what I was going to tell you originally. I'll tell you in the next episode of this, because it does deal with the book I'm reading. It's not bad. It's just that something I noticed with him and another author, Nicholas Sparks, who I enjoy reading as well. But yeah, it was. I was reading this book, Never Flinch, and I'm like, oh, this makes sense. Just finished with his other one called You Like It Darker. Yeah, because it's not You Like It Dark, it's You Like It Darker. And on the back of the book it says, you like it darker? Fine, so do I. I'm like, yes, there we go. That's what I'm looking for in this book. And then we are coming to, well, no, we're in the middle still of May, I think, right? I think we're still in the middle of May. So I can't believe both that it's already May. It's both already May and it's only May. It doesn't feel like it's May. And every time I say that, I think of Justin Timberlake saying it's going to be May. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed tonight. It's going to be delicious from my end. Sorry you guys can't join me in real life for this one. I do hope you're having a safe and happy Monday. If you had the storm come through today, I do hope you were able to not lose power. I do hope you were able to stay safe. And especially this time because allergies are starting to kick in. I do hope you are staying healthy. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So we're going to transfer these over to here. We're going to turn this off also. And then we're going to, let's see if I can actually do this the right way or not. We might have to cheat and use a fork. That's okay. Alright. Thank you, as always, for joining me on my cooking. Ooh, a little bit of voice crack, that's okay. Thank you, as always, for joining me on my cooking adventures in the kitchen. We're just going to put this here. We'll clean this off later. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thanks for joining me.